Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. 2024 has come and gone and entered 2025 into the fray. Happy New Year everyone, I hope you all had a fantastic New Year's Eve celebration with your friends and family. And with it being a new year, it's time for our annual Cartoon Network Outlook video for this year being 2025. In this video, we're going to go over everything to be expected from Cartoon Network this year, from new show premieres to shows continuing to air new episodes to shows ending, and what we can infer about the future of the channel in this year being 2025, and what shows we might hear about this year that haven't officially been announced yet. So without further ado, let's get into it. First and foremost, I want to discuss the new shows that are premiering this year, because I feel like that's something that everyone wants to hear about, right? What new shows are coming in 2025? What shows are premiering on the channel? And as of right now, we have two shows that are confirmed to be coming to Cartoon Network this year. The first of which is Totally Spies, which will be premiering on January 4th this year, so not too far away, just a couple of days from now. We'll be seeing Totally Spies Season 7 on Cartoon Network for the first time, which obviously adds a nice bit of variety to the channel. One thing I will criticize them though on with Totally Spies is they have been advertising it a lot, which obviously is a good thing, right? I've criticized Cartoon Network about not advertising for a lot of their programs in the past half decade or so, so that's obviously a positive that they're doing that here. But one thing that I don't really understand and where I'm criticizing them is I don't get why they haven't been airing the prior 6 seasons of the show on the channel to kind of lead up and hype up this Totally Spies revival more. It just seems like a missed opportunity to me, and yeah, I don't really know why they haven't done that, but Totally Spies will be premiering very, very soon. The other show that we have confirmed for this year is Yanu, formerly known as Yanu Child of Wonder. That will be coming in early 2025 to Cartoon Network. You might remember me mentioning this show last year coming to Cartoon Network in 2024, and yeah, happens a lot as we all know with Cartoon Network, with shows being delayed to the next year, but I think we're actually going to see Yano premiere this year for real this time. I think it's actually going to come in 2025 because it seems like that show is wrapping up production and it will be entering Cartoon Network's lineup very, very soon. And again, another series that adds some great variety to the channel. We're actually going to have a more serious action-oriented show on Cartoon Network again. When was the last time we actually had that on the channel? Other than that, from a new show perspective, we really don't have anything confirmed. I mean, yes, we're going to get, new episodes of Teen Titans Go, I'm sure we'll get new episodes of Tiny Toons University as well, which will premiere on Max first because, it's a Max original series, but it will get reruns on Cartoon Network, so that obviously helps the channel a little bit. The elephant in the room, though, is I feel like the Total Drama Island revival needs to be discussed here. While it's not a new series premiering on Cartoon Network this year, we should be getting the second season at some point. There's currently no indication of when that is coming to Cartoon Network or if it is coming at any point in the not too distant future, but I'd be pretty shocked, honestly, if we didn't see season 2 at some point this year. Other than that, Heroic Quest of the Valiant Prince Ivanhoe probably will get new episodes as well. We Baby Bears is a weird one because it is confirmed to be getting new episodes in 2025, but it hasn't gotten anything in 2024, so we should expect to see more We Baby Bears this year, and I'm kind of curious to see, honestly, if this show ends up being canceled soon because of the lack of new content, the lack of new episodes that have premiered for the series. And last but not least, when it comes to current Cartoon Network shows, is Craig of the Creek, which, as we all know, will be airing its finale on January 25th of this year. So not too far from this video, it's going to be the end of Craig of the Creek, and that's going to be a major show exiting Cartoon Network's lineup. And I really don't think Yanu or Totally Spies is going to take the place of Craig of the Creek. I think Cartoon Network needs to output some new series and just really start to bolster their lineup, and that leads us into, the future of Cartoon Network and what I expect from the channel this year. And in all honesty, I'm really not too optimistic on Cartoon Network this year. You guys heard me go on my rant in my video discussing how Toonami Rewind was canceled. Card above if you haven't seen that already. I just feel like there's nothing too positive coming down Cartoon Network's pipeline, right? We've seen Checkered Past get relegated to 1 hour a day Monday through Friday as opposed to the 10 hours we had a little bit over a year ago on the channel Monday through Friday. We've seen Toonami Rewind get canceled. We're seeing not too many new shows premiere on the channel. I mean, yeah, we're getting 2 to start off the year in the first half, which is excellent. That's something we haven't seen in a long time for Cartoon Network. Hopefully, we round out 2025 with some more new series that I haven't even mentioned because we don't know they're coming yet. And we'll talk about some shows that might get announced this year and maybe will come this year as well, but I'll leave that for a little bit later in the video. But yeah, I mean, overall, Cartoon Network's outlook doesn't look great to me. I mean, it seems like, I don't want to say they're shutting down, but all indications are Cartoon Network is not in a great place right now. I won't go as far as to say that it's going to shut down over the next year or two, but you never know. They're not doing all that well, right? We lost the website last year. Cartoon Network's not really outputting the same amount of shows that we used to get. It seems like it's an afterthought for Warner Brothers Discovery. So yeah, we don't really have the best of outlooks for Cartoon Network going into this year being 2025. I mean, they could do a lot this year to change that. They could do a lot to change that narrative. I mean, heck, look at the end of last year, right? Or rather in the summer of last year, we got the announcement that regular shows coming back with regular show Lost Tapes. We got the announcement of Adventure Time Side Quest, Go-Go Mystery Machine, the Scooby-Doo anime is coming to Cartoon Network. We're getting Foster's Fun Time for Imaginary Friends, Heyo Bimo, both of which are preschool programs. In addition to getting an Adventure Time movie, that's a lot of Cartoon Network properties getting new iterations or new projects attached to them. That's obviously a positive for the brand, a positive for the network. But at the end of the day, I don't think any of those are coming in 2025. I think all of those are pretty far away. I think we're lucky if we see Adventure Time Side Quest or regular show Lost Tapes anytime from 2026 to 2027. I think 2026 is the earliest we're looking at here for those shows. Same thing for the Amazing World of Gumball Season 7. That's something that I'm not expecting to see for at least another year or two. Not to mention the whole Powerpuff Girls revival series that we haven't really heard anything about that may or may not be happening at this point. So overall, the outlook isn't great. I mean, Adult Swim has a better outlook than Cartoon Network does, right? We're going to get more Rick and Morty. We're going to get My Adventures with Superman Season 3 most likely this year. We'll probably see Adventure Time Fiona and Cake Season 2 at some point this year too. That's a Cartoon Network Studios produced project, but obviously it's for Max. But yeah, other than that, I don't think we're looking at a great year for Cartoon Network this year. I mean, they could come out with a bang if they actually appear or actually have an upfront this year. They haven't had an upfront in a number of years now. If they come out in the springtime and have an upfront and say, hey, here's the new Ben 10, that's obviously the big elephant in the room that everyone has been waiting on for years now. Here's the new Ben 10. Here's some brand new series we're going to be premiering that are brand new properties in and of themselves. All these new shows we're making. But in all honesty, I don't really foresee any of that happening this year. I mean, maybe the next iteration of Ben 10 will get announced. We're going to discuss that at length in another video. But as for the whole pie that is Cartoon Network, I just don't see it this year. I really don't. My concern, honestly, going into this year is more so the future of the brand and if they're going to be around for another half decade to decade. You know, it just seems like Cartoon Network is kind of like a meteor that's crashing down to the earth. And is anything going to stop it from crashing? Are they going to try to prevent the disaster from happening? Because it doesn't really seem to be that that's what David Zaslav and the other higher ups at, you know, Warner Brothers Discovery have in mind for Cartoon Network. It really just seems like they don't care about the brand and they're ready to let it crash and burn. And again, it's a really sad thing to be discussing here because usually my Outlook videos, I try to be more positive and like, hey guys, look at all that's coming to Cartoon Network this year. Maybe we'll have a new show premiere. We'll have this, we'll have that. I know we've been dealing with some scarcity these past few years with Cartoon Network, but generally speaking, the new year is supposed to be a time of optimism. It's supposed to be a time of excitement, and I just don't see it with Cartoon Network right now. And again, it's really, you know, upsetting for me to be saying this. I don't like coming out here and saying, hey guys, you know, Cartoon Network's not looking like they're going to have a good 2025. I mean, I could be wrong. I hope I am wrong. I mean, heck, we got 2 new shows premiering in the first half of the year. That is something we haven't had in such a long time. We're lucky to even be getting 1 new series a year on Cartoon Network, and this year we're getting 2. That's great, but they have to keep that momentum going, and that's where I think they're going to falter this year. I think starting off with 2 new series is a great starting point, but I don't think they're going to follow that up with another new series in the spring, you know, after Yanu, and another new series in the summer, and then the fall. I don't think that's all going to happen. I think, in all honesty, we're probably just looking at those 2 shows premiering this year, and that's pretty much it. I don't think we're going to get anything else for Cartoon Network this year that's new. I mean, maybe we'll get some announcements, like I said before. Maybe we'll finally hear about the next Ben 10, but other than that, I don't think Cartoon Network's going to have an amazing, stellar 2025. I think part of it, too, real quick before I sign off, part of it is just that when you have series that are on the channel like We Baby Bears that haven't aired a new episode in over a year, you have all these shows. Obviously, that's an extreme example, but my point is you have all these shows that really don't air consistent episodes. It's kind of hard to have a positive outlook on the channel because it's not like you're a streaming platform, right? Like, I'm going to use Disney Plus as an example. It's not like Disney Plus where they have all these shows with these short seasons, with these long hiatus periods, but they're pumping out so much content that it's like, yeah, you don't have Ahsoka Season 2 right now, but you're watching Skeleton Crew if you're a Star Wars fan on Disney Plus. Like for Marvel, they recently had that Agatha show, right? So it's like they're always pumping out content and they always have something fueling their streaming service. They're going to get Win or Lose, which is the Pixar first ever animated TV series premiering, I believe, on February 19th, somewhere around there. So they always have something on the the channel, right? Or on their streaming platform in this case. Cartoon Network doesn't have that. It's like Cartoon Network has Craig of the Creek airing 4 episodes from January 4th to the 25th, and that show's over with. You have Totally Spies airing, however long this new season is going to be. If they air consistently weekly episodes, that's great. You have Total Drama Island coming back maybe at some point this year, most likely. We don't know. That's going to be a 13-week long marathon of episodes, and then that's it for that show. Other than that, We Baby Bears hasn't seen an episode in over a year, so they'll get a handful of episodes at some point. But my point is, there's so much scarcity in the lineup. There's such a lack of variety. There's a lack of shows that it's kind of hard to fuel Cartoon Network to get people hyped and excited about it. Because it's like, what are you tuning into Cartoon Network to watch? More reruns of Teen Titans Go and Gumball? In the case of Gumball, it hasn't had a new episode since 2019. Like, that's not going to keep people on the channel. And it just seems to me that the stuff they've been doing towards the end of this year, like Checkered Past becoming, a 5-hour block Monday through Friday, Toonami Rewind disappearing, it's like the way you can fix Cartoon Network in the short term is by leaning on your classics, and they're not doing that. The way you fix it in the long term is by making new series, which, yes, we know they're making new series, but they're not making it at the level of output that they need to be doing. They need to make a lot of shows to fuel Cartoon Network and to get its lineup going back to what it used to be, and I just don't see that happening. So yeah, 2025 is here, guys, but I don't think it's going to be a great one for Cartoon Network, and I'm really sad to be saying that. Anyways, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about all this. What do you guys think about Cartoon Network in the year 2025? Are you as pessimistic about it as I am, given everything that's been going on with the channel over the past year and even the past few months? Or are you excited and you're like, DC Network, what are you talking about? We have 2 new series coming by the time we hit May. This is going to be a fantastic year for Cartoon Network. And if you're feeling that way, I hope you're right, because I want to make that video saying Cartoon Network's finally redeemed themselves. They're actually becoming a major player in the animation space again. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this from DC Network. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.